Hi everyone, welcome to Homeschooling SAT Prep channel. Today we are going to start a new chapter. The name of the chapter is Ratio and Proportion. In, in this chapter, we are having two parts. In this part 1 video, we will solve around 20 questions on various topics such as the ratio for two quantities, then ratio on three quantities and ratio on four quantities. Then equations with ratio. Then we'll take few more questions on age problems. At the end of this video, I'll give you 5 practice problems which you can solve by yourself and give your answer in the comment section below. If you if you want to seriously prepare for SAT exam, you can check out our various courses on our Homeschooling SAT app and website at a very affordable price. All the links are provided in the description below. Now this is our syllabus here. We have already covered all the topics from geometry and trigonometry. You can find that on our YouTube playlist on our channel. In this problem solving and data analysis, we have already made three videos on percentage. Now we are covering ratio and proportional relationship. In this, we will have two videos, and after that, I'll make one more videos on rate and unit. So this is our syllabus here. So first two topics would be would will be will end by tomorrow. These two topics will end by tomorrow. Now moving to the basics. So this basics of ratio and proportion. So first of all, what is ratio? So in in basic terms, in simplified term, it can be called as it is a comparison between two quantities. So let's take an example. This is a son and a father. So son age is, let's say, 10 years. Father age is 40 years. So we can, what is the ratio of son age to father age? So son divided by father is equal to 10 by 40. So 10 one time, 4 time. So the ratio of son age and father age is son age by father age is 1 is to 4. So always remember that we can write ratios can be represented in three different forms. So we can say that son to father. So we can say son to father is 1 to 4. Or we can also say that ratio of son is to father is 1 is to 4. Or we can also say it like this: son is to father is equal to 1 is to 4. And here we will put 4 down. So this is your one example. Now let's take another example. Let's take another example. Let's say son and father are going for a morning walk in the morning or a morning jog. Let's say in 10 minutes son runs 1 kilometers, and in same 10 minutes father run around 1 mile. So always remember, whenever we are taking ratios, the unit should be similar. Either we can convert both of them into kilometers or both of them into miles. So as we know, 1 mile is equal to 1.6 kilometer. So we can say that father has run 1.6 kilometer. So the distance covered by son and father, sorry, the ratio of distance covered by son and father in 10 minutes would be son father would be 1 divided by 1.6. So always remember, whenever you're in ratios, you compare two quantities of same kind. So always remember the unit should be same. If it is given in feet per second or feet, so you have to see that both the quantities are in feet or not. or if uh, as we can see it, one is given in kilometer and one is given in miles. So either we can convert both of them into kilometers, or both of them into miles. So the quantity, their unit should be same. So this is the basics of ratio. And what is proportion? So proportion is in when two given ratios are equivalent to each other. So let's say, as we know, son age was 10 years, father's age was how much? 40 years. Let's say the daughter's age is 8 years, and mother's age is 32 years. So we can write that son by father, which is 10 divided by 40, so that would be 1 by 4. Similarly, daughter and mother age ratio would be 8 by 32, so 1 time and 4 time, so 1 divided by 4. So when two ratios are given and they are equivalent to each other, then it is said that they are proportional in nature. That is proportional. So we can say that son by father is equal to, as we see, proportional is denoted either by these four dots and or equal to sign. So we can say that son age to the father age is proportional to daughter's and mother's age, or we can also write it this thing as son to father is proportional to daughter's and mother's age. So this is how you can write when two quantities or two ratios are in proportion with each other. So there are two types of proportion, that is direct proportion and inverse proportion, which you will read, which you will read in part 2 of the video. Now moving on to the questions. In question number 1, let's take first type of question where we have two ratios A is to B. In question number 1, it says that if A is to B is equal to 2 is to 3, so the ratio of A and B is 2 is to 3. The sum of A and B is 50. Find the value of A. So let's let A is equal to 2x and B is equal to 3x. And the question says that the sum of both 2x plus 3x is equal to 50. So 5x would be 50, x would be 50 by 5, that would be 10. So we can say that A is 20 and B is 30. So we have to find what is the value of A. Option B would be a correct answer. Now moving to the next question. In this question, it says that if A is to B is 2 is to 3, the product of A and B is 600. Find the value of B. So we'll, we'll follow the same steps again. Let A is equal to 2x and B is equal to 3x. And the question says that the product of A and B. So twice 2x into 3x is equal to 600. So this can be written as 6x square 600. So x square would be 600 divided by 6, that would be 100. So x square is 100, so x would be under root 100, that would be 10. So the value of B is 3x, so 3 into 10, 30. So this is your answer. So option C is your correct answer. Now moving to the next question. At the end of the season, the ratio of number of games a team has won to the number of games it lost is 4 is to 3. So winning and losing ratio is 4 is to 3. If the team won 12 games and each game played ended in either a win or a loss, so there is no draw here. So how many games did the team play during the season? So we can say that uh, they are win and loss is in ratio 4 is to 3. Okay, let's say let total number of games is x. Okay, so here the ratio of won and loss is 4 is to 3. So winning ratio would be how much? 4 divided by total number of games, 4 plus 3, that would be 4 plus 3, that would be 4 by 7. So the winning ratio is 4 by 7. So what we can write from the question is, so 4 by 7 of total games, that is x. So this is your winning ratio. So this is your win ratio, that is 4 divided by total number of games, total number 4 plus 3, that would be 7. So this is your winning ratio, 4 by 7 of total number of game is equal to how much? That is 12 games. So x is the total number of game, and the win ratio is 4 by 7, 4 divided by 7. So from this we can find the total number of x. So it would be 4 by 7 into x is equal to 12. So x would be 12 into 7 divided by 4. So this one would be 3 times 21. So total number of games is 21. This is going to be a answer. So option B is your correct answer. There's one more way to solve this type of question. Uh, let's take this one. This is called proportional method. We are going to uh, s- uh, read this method in next video, but I'll give you a glimpse here. Let's say win by loss. And in the question it is given as 4 by 3. So this is proportional method. Proportional method. So I'm just giving you a glimpse here of that, how to solve these type of so how many games you have won here? So when we will write 12 games, loss we don't know, so we'll keep it as x, lost games, by 4 by 3. So x would be lost games. X is equal to how much? X 12 into 3 by 4. So that would go 3 times. So this is 9 times. So as in the question, it was given that win was 12 plus loss. We have found that that is 9. So total games would be win plus loss. So 12 plus 9 would be 21 games. We will study this proportional method in more depth in part 2. So so you can solve this question by two ways. Now moving to the next question. Now this is the next type of question where we have three ratios here. Question says that if A, B, C are in ratio 1 by 2, 3 by 4, and 6, find the ratio of A is to B is to C. So we will use LCM method here. So let's write A, B, and C. And the corresponding ratios are 1 divided by 2, 3 divided by 4, 6. It can be also written as 6 divided by 1. So in LCM method, in step 1, we will find LCM of denominator. Denominator. So what is going to be the LCM? 2, 4, 1. So 2, 1 time, 2 time, 1 time. So LCM would be 2 into 2, that would be 4. So in step 2 in of LCM method, we are going to multiply LCM with all of them. So what we are what we are going to do here is 4. We'll multiply 4 here, 4 here, and 4 here. So this will go 2 times. So 2. This one would be 3, and this one would be 6 into 4, 24 times. So your ratio would be 2 is to 3 is to 24. So option B is your correct option. So in LCM method, what we're going to do here is first we will find the LCM of the denominator, all the denominators. Then we will multiply the LCM with each number as we can as we have done here, and then we will find the answer. It will take only few seconds to solve this type of question. Now moving to the next question here. So if A, B, C are 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 5, find A, B, C. So first you will do it by LCM method. So A is to B is to C is 1 by 2, 1 by 4, and 1 by 5. So what is going to be the LCM of 2, 4, and 5? 2, 4, and 5, their LCM would be 1 time, 2 time, 5. So LCM would be 4 into 5, that would be 20. So we are going to multiply them with 20, 20, 20. So 10 times. This one is going to be how much? 5 times. This is going to be 4 times. So the ratio would be 10 is to 5 is to 4. Option C is your correct answer. Now let me show you one more method to solve these types of question, which we call hide and seek method, where we have to hide hide one of the variables and we will take value of other two. Let me show how we can do it. So first condition that the numerator is same. So as we can see 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 5. So the numerator of all the numerators are same 1, 1, 1. Then only you can apply this hide and seek method. So A is to B is to C. 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 5. So to find the value of A, we will multiply the denominators of other. So for A, we will hide A. We will hide this one and take the value of other two denominators. So that would be 4 into 5, that would be 20. Similarly, for B, we will hide B and take the value of denominator of A and C. So that would be 10. And for C, we will hide C and take the denominator of other two. That would be 4, 4 into 2, that would be 8. So we can further factorize it. So the 10, 5, and 4. So this is going to be your answer. So you can solve them either by LCM method or hide and seek method. But you have to remember, whenever you are using hide and seek method, remember all the numerators should be same. Here all the numerators are 1, 1, and 1. Now moving to the next question. Here we can see there are A, A is to B is 3 is to 2, B is to C is 4 is to 7. We have to find what is A, B, and C. So there are two ways to approach it. First, we will take the simple method. Simple method, how to approach. So A is to B, equating method. We have to equate both, the equating, simple equating method. You can say it as equating method. And here is B is to C. Okay. So A is to B is 3 is to 2. B is to C is 4 is to 7. As we can see, B is the common term here. B is the common term in both the ratios. B is a common one. So we have to equate it, the value. So if we want to make this 2 as 4, what we're going to do here is multiply by 2, both the values by 2. So what is going to be, what it is going to be, 6 is to 4, and this one would 4 is to 7. So now from here we can say that A is to B is to C, because we have equated B on both this on both the sides. So here it was 4. So to make 2 the ratio of B on in the first equation as 4, so we will multiply both of them by 2. So now your final equation would be 6. A sorry, final ratio would be 6. Then B is 4. As you can see, both the sides 4, and C is 7. So your answer would be C, 6, 4, 7. Now let me show you one more trick to solve this. So this is called as reverse n approach, as this is your normal n, but you reverse it. It can be also written as like this. If you reverse it, if you flip it, so this is your reverse n. Okay, and the you have to remember one thing. Let me let me write down the question first. A is to B is to 3 is to 2. B is to C is to 4 is to 7. So we can use this method only when there is an intersection between, so between common variables. As we can see that B is common here. So we'll make a reverse n here like this, then from here like this, and then like this. So as you can see, we are going like reverse n from here to here. Okay, so this is what we call reverse n, and the line intersecting between them, as you can see, 2 and 4, this line is intersecting, and the intersection between the common variable, that is B here. So from here we can simply write this as A is to B is to C is first line, as you can see, 3 into 4, that would be 12. Second line is 2 into 4, that is 8. Always remember this intersecting line between in reverse n should be have common variables here. Okay, and for C, 2 into 7, that is 14. If you divided all of them by 2, factorize them, so it would be 6, 4, 7. So this is your reverse and approach. But you have to remember that this intersecting line, the variable should be common here. Okay, then only you can use this shortcut method. Now moving to the next question, uh, I would I would I would ask you to pause this video here and solve this question by yourself. Okay, and I'll speak. Let me see you are able to solve this question or not by using this one, reverse n method. So I'll start speaking after 10 seconds. I hoped, I hope you have tried this question, okay, by using reverse n method. Let's see you have done this question correctly or not. So A is to B is 6 is to 5, A is to C 10 is to 7. So if you go by reverse n method, what you're gonna do here is this, this, and this. So 6 into 10, 60. B would be 10 into 5, 50, and 7 into 5, 35. C would be 7. So this one would be 12. If you divide all of them, factorize all of them by 10, 12 into 5, 60, 10 times, and 7 times. So if you got this answer, then your answer is wrong. Why it is wrong? What I have taught you guys here, that the intersection between this line should be the intersection between the common variable here. But as you can see, the intersection is happening between A and B. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna restructure it. We will take B is to A, that is, because A is to B is 6 is to 5, so B is to A would be 5 is to 6. 5 is to 6. And A is to C is 10 is to 7. So now as we can see, now we can use reverse n method because now the intersection would be between same variable. So from this we can say that B is to A is to C. So by using reverse n method, so what we are going to do here is B, A, C. So 5 into 10, that would be 50. A would be 10 into 6, 60. And 6 into 7, 35. So, sorry, 42. That would be 42. So now what we're going to do here is we'll divide all of them by 2, 30, and 21. So in the question, we have to find what is A is to B is to C. So A is 30, B is 25, and C is 21. So A, because here the ratios are given B is to A is to C. So A is to B is to C would be 30 is to 25 is to 21. 30 is to 20. So option D would be your correct answer. So this is your answer. So this is how you're going to solve using reverse n approach. Or there was one more method by equating the common. By equating method also you can solve it, or by using reverse n method. But you have to remember in reverse and method, the intersection should be between the common variables. Okay, then only you can use reverse the shortcut reverse and method. Now moving to the next question. The question says that the ratio of A is to B is A is to 8, and the ratio of B to C is 12 is to C. If ratio of A to C is 2 is to 1, what is the ratio of A to C? This one is a nice question here. So let's put them like this. A is to B. We will use the equating method here. Equating method. So A is to B and B is to C. So A is to B is A and 8, and B to C is 12, is capital one, and this one is smaller one. So if we have to, as we can see, this B is the common variable. So if we have to equate them, what we're gonna do here is we will multiply this side by 12 and this side by 8, both the into 8. So this is going to be 12a, and 12 times 8 would be 96. This would be 12 into 8, 96, and this is 8c. So the question says that the ratio of A is to C is 2 is to 1. Uh, So A is to C is 2 is to 1. As we know from here, we can write that from here. We can say that A is to B is to C is 12A, 96, and is 8, 8C. That is 8C. So we will put the ratios here. So A would be 12A, C would be 8C by 1. So we have to find A to C. So A by C would be 2 into 8 by 12. So 4 2 times, 4 3 times. So A by C would be 4 is to 3. So this is going to be a correct answer. 4 is to 3. Now moving to the next question. If 2A is equal to 3B is equal to 4C, find the ratio A is to B is to C. So when it is given somewhat like this in fractional form, what we used to do while using LCM method, we will take LCM of all the denominators and multiply them, multiply with each by with each ratio. Here what we're going to do is we'll use the LCM method. If something is given in P by Q form like this, 1 by 2, 1 by 4, then we have seen how we're going to solve this question in previous question. But if something is given like this, where whole numbers are given attached to a variable, for this also we will use LCM method, but the method is slightly different. So first we're going to find step 1, find LCM. Find LCM. So 2 3 4, their LCM would be 1 3 and 2. So LCM would be 12. Previously, when it was given in P by Q form like this, so what we used to do, find the LCM and multiply it. But here it is in a whole number. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna divide it, each of them. So this one would be, this can be written as 2 2a divided by 12, 3b divided by 12, and 4c. We'll divide the LCM. Oh, so this one would be 6, this one would be 4, this one would be 3. So the ratio of A is to B is to C would be 6 is to 4 is to 3. So this is the ratio. So this is going, many of you will answer, many of you will select this answer, but this is wrong, because in the question we have to find the ratio of A is to C is to B. So A is to C is to B would be how much? 6, C is 3, and B is 4. So this is going to be and this is going to be wrong. So option B is your correct answer. So when it is in P by Q form, like this one, what we used to do, LCM, we'll find LCM, then we multiply LCM, then we multiply LCM. And if something is given like this, in a whole number like this, not in P by Q form, in a fractional form, so we'll find the LCM first and divide by LCM. So you have to remember this. If it is given in P by Q form like this, then using LCM method, first you will find the LCM, then multiply all the ratios with the LCM. And if it is given like this, then you have to find the LCM and divide all the ratios by the LCM. Now moving to the next type of question here. In this type of question, we can see that there are 4 variables A, B, C, D. A is to B is 2 is to 5, B is to C is 1 is to 7, C is to D is 3 is to 1. We have to find what is A is to B is to C is to D. So we have to find the ratio of all these 4 terms. So we can solve this question by using, where we have 4 variables, by using the 2 methods to solve it. First method is by using a reverse n method twice, first on these one and then this one. Then after finding that, we have to equate both the equations. And there is one more method, uh, flipped sandwich with a patty. This is a very nice method. I think no one is teaching you this method on YouTube. So let's take first method, that is reverse n method. So for first method, let's write A is to B is 2 is to 5, and B is to C is 1 is to 7. So as we can see, the intersection, it is common here, B is common here. So we can use reverse n method like this, and this. So from this we can write that A is to B is to C is A is 2 into 1, B is 1 into 5, 5, and C is 5 into 7, 7 5s are 35. So this is A is to B is to C. Now what we're gonna do here, we will take B and C from here and take C and D from here. So B is to C is 5 is to 35, and C is to D from here, that is 3 is to 1. So as we can see, C is intersection, C is common here. So we can apply reverse n method. Mm. So the ratio B is to C is to D would be how much? B is 5 into 3, 15, 30. C is 35 into 3, 30 into 3, that is 19, and plus 5 times into 3, 15. So 90 plus 15, 105. And D is 35 into 1, 35. So we have found these two ratios by using reverse and method. Now we have to equate these two ratios. As we can see in these two ratios that we have found using reverse and method, B, C and BC are common here. So how we are going to equate it? As we can see, B is 5 here and B is 15 here. So we can multiply it by 3. So it will become 15. Similarly, so 35 into 3. So we will multiply all the terms by 3 into 3. So A is to B is to C would be 6, 5 into 3, 15, 105, and D is 35. So by equating these two equations, your answer A, B, C, D. The ratio is 6, 15, 105, and 35. So this is your answer. So option B is your correct answer. Now moving to this method, I think no one is teaching this method on YouTube. So what we're gonna do here is flipped sandwich with a patty. So you have in a sandwich you have two sides of a bread and there is a patty in between. Okay, so if we flip it vertically like this, these are the two sides of the bread, and this is the patty here in between. And let's give it some direction here. This will go this, both of them will be facing downward, and this we will use direction would be somewhat like this. Just remember this figure, okay? Vertically flipped sandwich with a patty in between. Okay, the sides or the bread of that sandwich is having downward direction and it is moving in clockwise direction. The circle of the patty is moving in a clockwise direction. So let's put the question here. A is to B is 2 is to 5. B is to C 1 is to 7. C is to D here is 3 is to 1. So now by using flipped sandwich with a patty method, so we will put this one here. So first we will go like this and this, and we will go from here to here like this, and from here to here like this. So now we can directly find out the ratio of A, B, C, and D. So for A, this is your first one. So 2 into 1 into 3, that is 6. Now we will, for B, we will take this one. So 3 into 1 into 5, that is 15. For C, we will take this one. So 5 into 7, 35, and into 3, 105. And for D, it will move in the direction 5 into 7 into 1. So 5 into 7, 35, 35 into 1, 35. So this is your flipped sandwich with a patty method. This is I think no one is teaching this method on YouTube right now. So this is the best method to solve when there are 4 ratios like this one. Or you can also use this one. reverse n plus equating method. Now moving to the next question. The question says that if A is 2 times of B and A is 5 times of C, find the ratio. What is A is to B is to C? So there we can say that A is twice of B and A is 5 times of C. So we can also, from this equation, we can write that B is A by 2 and C is A divided by 5. So we can write the ratios as A, B, and C as A, B is A divided by 2 and C is A divided by 5. We can take A out, so this one would be left as 1 by 2 and 1 by 5. So now using LCM method, LCM is 10. LCM is 10, so we will multiply them by 10. So 10 divided by 10 into 1, 10, this one 10, 10 and this one will be also 10. So this would be 10 is to, this will go 5 times. So 10 is to 5 and this will go 2 times. So this is your answer. 10 is to 5 is to 2. So you have to type here 10, 5, 2 by using your keyboard. There's one more method or one more way to solve this question. As questions say, A is 2 times of B. A is to B, so the ratio would be how much? A is 2 times of B, so the ratio would be 2 is to 1. We can write that. Similarly, we can A is 5 times of C. So A is to C is what? A is 5 times of C. So we can also write this ratio. So now we are going to use reverse n method. For that we have, because A is common here, so B is to A can be written as 1 is to 2 and A is to C can be written as 5 is to 1. Now by using reverse n method, so as we can see, intersection A is common here, so we can, so BAC would be 1 into 5, 5, 5 into 2, 10, and 2 into 1. So from this we can write that A is to B is to C is 10, B is 5, and C is 2. So this is your answer. Now moving to the next question. A recipe for 4 serving require salt and pepper to be added in ratio. So let's take this is, you know, this bowl consists of 4 serving. Here the ratio of salt and pepper is 2 is to 3. If the recipe is adjusted to 4 to 12 serving, what is the ratio of salt and pepper that must now be added? Must now be added. So if we have, this is consist of 4 serving, So we can have 3 more serving, and cumulatively, and all of them will have 2:3, 2:3. Salt and pepper, and 4 serving, 4 serving. So these three will combine to have 12 serving. And if we combined all of them, still the ratio would be salt and pepper. If we combine them in a big bowl of 12 servings, still the ratio would be same. I think you're getting it, because all these 3 servings have the same ratio. So here, if we combine all 3 of them together to make it as a 12 serving, still the ratio would be 2:3, same. That So this is going to be a correct answer. In question number 12, it says that if S and T are integers and T is greater than 4 and less than 40, and the equation is given S divided by T is is equal to 4 divided by 7. How many possible values are there for T? So let's see how we are going to take this question. It says that, so first we will write this equation. S divided by T is 4 divided by 7. So we can say that S, 4T divided by 7. Since as S is an integer, T must be, because from this the equation we can say that T must be divisible by, T must be divisible by 7, because from this equation, uh, whatever the number should come, it should be divisible by 7. So as we can see, T is between 8 and 40. So 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 7, 35, and then 42. So and the question, it is given that T is between 8 and 40. So we have one, we can, because we cannot take 7, because in the question it is given that T is greater than 8. So 14, 21, 28, 35. We cannot take 40 because in the question it should be less than 40 and greater than 8. So we have total 4 possible values of T. 4 possible values. 4. So option D is your correct answer. Now moving to the next type of question. Here we have to find ratios with ratios as equations are given, and we have to find the ratios. So C minus 3D divided by 4 is equal to D divided by 2. So we will cross multiply them. So this side would be 4D and this side would be 2C minus 6D. So that would be 10D and 2C. So C is equal to 5D. So C divided by D is 5:1. I forgot to give the options here. So 5:1 would be your correct answer. Now moving to the next question. In this question, it is given that A divided by B plus C is 2 divided by 3, 2 by, and B divided by A plus C is 3 divided by 7. This question was asked few years back. A lot of students were not able to solve this question. So there is a trick into that. So as we can see here is, as it is in a ratio A divided by B plus C is in a ratio 2 is to 3. Okay. So it can be also written as A B plus C is equal to 4 divided by 6, because if we factorize them, then it by 2, then 2 and 3 will come. So from this we can say that A plus B plus C, A plus B plus C is how much? So A is equal to 4, B plus C is equal to 6. So we 4 plus 6, that would be 10. Similarly, so let's take this one as equation 1, this one as equation 2, and this one as equation 3. I hope you are getting it how A divided by B plus C can be is equal to 2 by 3 can be written as 4 divided by 6, because these are in ratio, and if we factorize it, it will come 2 by 3. So, so we can multiply both numerator and denominator by 2. So you will get this thing. So if we take all these three equation number 1, 2 and 3 from equation 1, 2 and 3, as we can see, A is 4 here, A is equal to 4 from equation 1, B is equal to 3 from equation 3, and as we know, similarly from this also we can write, because from this also we can say that B plus A plus C is equal to 3 plus 7, that is 10. So by equating all these three equations, we can say that A is equal to 4, B is equal to 3, and C would be, if you put it in equation number 2, C would be 10 minus A plus B. A is 4 plus 3. 7, 10 minus 7 would be 3. Hence, C is equal to 3. So the ratio of A is to B is to C is 4 is to 3 is to 3. So option B would be your correct answer. Now moving to the next question. In a certain college, the ratio of mathematics major to English major is 3 is to 8. So math and English, the ratio is 3 is to 8. So maths and English, the ratio is 3 is to 8. In the following college year, the number of mathematics students increased by 20%. So mathematics students increased by 20%, and the number of English students major decreases by 15%. So as we know that maths and English are in ratio 3 is to 8. So we can also write this as 300 is to 800 maths because if we divided both of them by 100, it would come 3 is to 8. And English, 800. The question says that a mathematics major increases by 20%. So 300 is total. So 10% would be how much? 30. 20% would be 60. So it will increase by 20%. So 20% plus 60. So the total number of maths major would be 360. Similarly, English major decreases by how much? 15%. So 10% of 800 is 80. 5% of would be half of it. That would be 40. So 15% would be 80 plus 40. That would be 120. So we have to subtract minus 15%. That is 120. So it will come around 0, 680. So now what is going to be the ratio of maths and English major would be 360 divided by 680. 0, 0 gone. 36, 18 times. This one would be 34. And then 17. And this one would be 9. So the ratio would be 9 by 17. So this is your answer. So option C is your correct answer. Now, moving to the next question. At a college basketball game, the ratio of number of freshmen who attended to the number of juniors attended. So freshman to junior is 3 is to 4. And the ratio of junior who attended to the number of senior who attended is 7 is to 6. So junior and senior ratio is 7 is to 6. So as we can see, we have three variables here: freshman, junior, th th three ratios here of freshman, junior, and senior. As we can see, this one is common here, junior is common here. So we can use reverse and approach. So that would be reverse and approach. So that would be freshman, junior, and senior. So 3 into 7 freshman would be 3 into 7, 21. Junior, 7 into 4, 28. And senior ratio would be 6 into 4, 24. So in the question it is asked that what is the ratio of number of freshmen to senior, to the senior who attended basketball. So freshman, senior is 21 divided by 24. 3 7 times, 3 8 times. So this one would be 7 by 8. This is your answer. 7 by 8 is your answer. Now, moving to the next type of question, that is age problem. The present age of Sam and Andy is 5 is in ratio 5 is to 4. 3 years hence means 3 years after, the ratio of their age will be 11 is to 9 respectively. What is the Andy's present age in years? So let's take let present age of Sam is 5x, and Andy, it is 4. Let Because Sam and Andy, their age is in ratio of 5:4. So after 3 years, what will be the Sam age? So that would be 5x plus 3. And similarly, Andy's age after 3 years would be 4x plus 3, because this is your present age. So after 3 years, so you'll add 3 in the present age. So now we have, after 3 years, the Sam age is 5x plus 3, and Andy's age is 4x plus 3. And in the question, it is given that the ratio of Sam and Andy age after 3 years is 11 divided by 9. 11 by, so it would be 5 times. That would be 45. 9 27 is equal to 44x, and 3 into 11, 33. So we'll take x on that side. So it would be 45x minus 44x, that would be x, and 33 minus 27, that would be 6. So your answer, so in the question, it is asked that what is the present age of Andy. So Andy is present, Andy age is 4x. So 6 into 4, 6 into 4, that would be 24 years. So option A is your correct answer. Now moving to the next question here. And the question says that in 5 years, the ratio of Julie's age to Sean's age will be will be in a ratio 3:5. In 10 years from the present, the ratio will be 2:3. So what is the sum of their present current age? So this one is a tricky one. So first it was given that after 5 years, the ratio of Julie age and Sean age is 3. The ratio is 3:5. So after 5 years, uh, Julie and Sean ages, after 5 years, they are in ratio 3x and 5x. So what is going to be the present age of Julie and Sean? So the present age, because after 5 years, their age is 3x and 5x. They are in a ratio 3x into 5. So in present, so we have to move 5 years back. So that this one would be 3x minus 5. Because after 5 years, it is 3x and 5. It's in a ratio 3x and 5x. So uh, in present, that is 5 years back. So the ratio of Julie age would be 3x minus 5, and Sean age would be 5x minus 5. And after 10 years from present, what is it is going to be after 10 years? So 5 years plus 5 years. So we can say that because at 5 years, after 5 years, it was 3x. So after 10 years, so the difference between these two is 5 years. So 3x plus 5 years. And for Sean, 5x plus 5 years. So the question says that in 10 years, from in, in 10 years from the present, the ratio will be 2:3. So after 10 years, the ratio would be 3x plus 5, 5x plus 5. And the ratio given in the question is 2 divided by 3. So this one would be using cross multiplication 9x plus 15, and this side 10x plus 10. Um, Now solving, we will take 10 on that side, so 15 minus 10 would be 5, and x on that side that would be 10x minus 9x, that would be x. Hence the value of x is 5. So in the question we have to find the present, what is the sum of their present age, current age. So we have to find present, we have to sum these two. We have to sum these two. So 3x would be how much? 3x, 3 into 5, 15. 15 minus 5, this one would be, 15 minus 5, 10. And this one is 25 minus 5. This is going to be 20. So sum of their present age would be, sum of present age is 10 plus 20, that is 30 years. So this is your answer, 30 years, option C. So this is the end of part 1 of ratio and proportion. Now these are 5 practice questions on the topic which I have taught you recently in this video. Do solve these 5 questions to test yourself and write down the answers in the comment section. Students who will answer all the 5 questions correctly will get a heart in the comment section from me. Don't forget to watch part 2 of ratio and proportion chapter. You can find the link of the next part of the video in the description and comment section, or you can go to the playlist of this YouTube channel to access all the videos. If you like the way I teach and want to buy a comprehensive course for SAT exam at a very affordable price, you, you can check out our Homeschooling SAT app and website. All the links are provided in the description. One more thing, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel so you can get updates of all the upcoming videos that I'm going to upload in future. Thank you and have a nice day.